Let's look east, and the protests in Hong Kong seem to be subsiding, at least for now. The protesters surrounding the police headquarters in Hong Kong have started to disperse after the second wave of protests erupted a few days ago. While some of the black-clad students still remain around the city's parliament, the intensity seems to have fizzled out. The city is already being cleaned up, and many of the barricades are being removed by the police. The fear of police brutality is being cited as a major reason why the protesters are leaving. Just a few days back, the protesters had returned in large numbers surrounding the Parliament building and demanding the resignation of Chief Executive Carrie Lam, along with a complete withdrawal of the extradition bill. A statement released by the Hong Kong police claiming that the means of protest had become illegal and irrational seems to have spooked the protesters. The police statement came after some protesters became unruly and threw eggs and oil at the headquarters. Now, Southeast Asia's most powerful bloc, the ASEAN, is all set to meet in Bangkok for the 34th ASEAN Summit. The ASEAN foreign ministers met this morning ahead of summit of the leaders of the member countries. The summit will bring together leaders from 10 countries: Thailand, Cambodia, Vietnam, Laos, Indonesia, Malaysia, the Philippines, Myanmar, Brunei and Singapore. Here are some of the things that could likely be on the ASEAN agenda. The US-China trade war is most likely to be one of the top priorities of the bloc. With the ongoing trade war between two of the largest economies in the world, Southeast Asia is most likely to benefit from the dispute. The constant tariff war could lead manufacturers to flee to Southeast Asian nations for low-cost, tariff-friendly markets. ASEAN has faced constant backlash over their treatment of the Rohingya refugee crisis. More than 7 lakh Rohingya Muslims continue living in refugee camps in Bangladesh and parts of India after the crackdown of the Myanmar military. The country's de facto leader, Aung San Suu Kyi, is also expected in Bangkok. The Rohingya crisis is growing to be one of the biggest refugee crises of recent times, with the bloc not taking any action against the ongoing ethnic cleansing and minority persecution. Now, South China Sea is also likely to feature in the talks in Bangkok. The Chinese sinking of a Philippine boat which endangered 22 Filipino fishermen in the resource-rich waterway has led to bitter disputes in the region. Claims on the sea highlights the need for tougher measures between clashes on the water. ASEAN's other member states, Brunei, Malaysia, Vietnam and the Philippines, have also been involved in conflicts after China transformed 7 disputed reefs into missile-protected islands. Environment is also supposed to be one of the top issues at the summit. The ASEAN leaders are all set to sign the Bangkok Declaration on combating marine debris in ASEAN region initiated by Thailand. The declaration will help ASEAN leaders to tackle the mounting problem of plastic and electronic waste, most of which is imported from Western nations and accumulates in Southeast Asia. Southeast Asian nations, among the worst ocean polluters, are now aiming to curb plastic and marine debris.